Former Detroit Mayor Mike Duggan ended his independent campaign for Michigan governor today. Duggan said he was disappointed to be leaving the race, but escalating support for the Democratic Party and the fundraising power of the Democratic Party meant his campaign was no longer viable. He thanked his supporters and campaign members for all their hard work and hopes the message of his campaign will make a difference in the future of state politics.
I am hopeful that this campaign will have an impact. Even at 23%, that means 1.6 million Michigan voters are so angry at the two parties, they want to see change. They want to see problems solved instead of the toxic fighting. And I am very hopeful that you will see Republican and Democratic candidates this fall embrace that.
Political reporter Rick Albin is here to talk more about what this means for the race going forward. Rick, does this change the race?
It changes it, but I don't know if it changes it in a fundamental way, and here's why. The first race we'll have will be in August, and that will be in the primary, and that wasn't going to be a race where Duggan was going to be on the ballot. Now, could this play into that primary? Well, sure. Where are those voters that were going to vote for Duggan going to go? Are they going to go to the Republicans or Democrats? And we don't even know who was really supporting Duggan, which one of the parties was losing more. There was lots of speculation on the parts of a number of people in the early going that he might take more from the Democrats, but then we saw some Republican donors and some Republican-leaning folks that were office holders that were leaning towards Duggan as well. So they may have been drawn relatively equally. We just really don't know where he was getting most of that support. And remember, it felt like he'd reached kind of a ceiling, if you will, and kind of gotten as far as he could with the numbers. The original buzz around his campaign had started to fade. His impact will be in part on what he does next. Does he get involved? Does he just sit this one out? We'll see, but I've got some thoughts on that coming up at 5 and 6 because I think we have not seen the last of Mike Duggan.
Okay. Yeah, looking to hear more about that, Rick. But were you surprised, though, this happened today?
Yeah, I was a little bit, and it's funny because it was just yesterday, and I was having a conversation with one of my colleagues, and I was talking about debates we were planning for the fall, and I said, you know, it's going to be interesting because we're going to have the Democrat, the Republican, the Independent, and my colleague said, do you really think Duggan is going to be there come November? And I think my answer was something like, well, yeah, I think so. And as I was driving back from Lansing, I started thinking about it. I was looking at the numbers, and it was just all quite happenstance. But all of this unfolded apparently in the last 48 hours. And it really did come from a combination of two kinds of numbers. Polling numbers going down and the income going down. Those fundraising efforts had started to slow down. I always kind of saw the mayor as a kind of an optimistic pragmatist. So I guess if the numbers didn't add up, it makes sense that he would get out. And so that's ultimately what he did. But it's going to be interesting to see because I think he can have impact in this race. I don't know how much impact. I don't know what he chooses to do. We'll talk about that in the next couple of hours.
All right, political reporter Rick Albin, thank you so much. We'll see you coming up at 5 and 6.